All right, welcome back. Let's continue with the part 2 video on coordinates. Now, why do we call them coordinates? The co in the word coordinates means joint. So if you see coordinate, this co means joint. Ordinate is this y-axis, is the ordinate, this y direction is the ordinate. But then from the word ordinate, we can say order. So it's a joint order thing. So there's this 5 and this 8 joined together, and then these are the coordinates. So it's a pair of values. Now let's do a summary. We said we brought this left, right line. How far left or how far right an object is, that is called the x-coordinate. So this is called the x-axis. Axis just means line. This line is the axis. Yeah, because I know we were introduced to a lot of technical language. So x-axis means the x line. Axis just means a line. And then if we take both axes together, we'll spell it like this. Both axes, the x and y axis, plural. Now, singular is axis. Then the y-axis is how high or how low the point is with respect to this zero. How high or how low. So this zero, how high, how low. Then if we take this y side, how far left or how far right a point is, that is the x-axis. All right. So let's take some general question, and then we can see we break this region, this whole map into 4 regions, and each of the region is called a quadrant. For example, this is the first quadrant. Any point that lies here is the first quadrant. So we have first, second, third here, fourth quadrant. All right, so 4 regions. These 2 lines divide the map into 4 regions. Now, and we start naming them from the first quadrant, and we go to the second quadrant, this region here, and then if we come down here, we'll get the third quadrant here. The region down here will be the third quadrant, and the last one here will be the fourth quadrant, like so. So this region is divided into 4 sub-regions called quadrants. So that's a summary about that. We have 2 axes, the x-axis and the y-axis, the horizontal axis and the vertical axis, or how far left, how far right, this axis, and how high and how low. Right. So that's the summary of the coordinate plane. Now let's take some questions. Let's do some questions, some general questions. Let's start with, I want to go very fast here. Now the question says, complete the sentence. The axis is the x-axis is the what? Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal number line on a coordinate plane. So the whole of that flat space, this flat space is called the coordinate plane. A plane because it is flat, coordinate plane, okay? Now, submit. Get to the next question. Let's see if we can take a few questions here. Complete the sentence. On the coordinate plane, comma, dash describes the location of a point. An ordered pair describes the location of a point. To locate a point, you need 2 values. How far left or right it is, 1 value. If it is left, then it's negative. If it's right, it's positive. Then how high and how low, also 1 value. If it is low, it is negative. If it is high, it's positive. So we need 2 values called an ordered pair. Correct. Next question. On the coordinate plane, the number line that runs up and down is the dash, the y-axis. That's a number line, not y-coordinate. A coordinate is a number that indicates, if it is positive, indicates high. If it is negative, indicates low. The y-axis is that line, so the number line. Axis is another word for line. Okay, let's take another one. 2 blanks. To graph the point 5, 9 in a tuple, round bracket open, 5, 9, round bracket close. On the coordinate plane, start at the origin, move 5 units right. So we have to first go right, is positive. 5 units right and 9 units up. So which one says right and up? Woohoo! 5 units right and 9 units up. So normally I would just say 5 up, 5 right, 9 up. 5 right, 9 up. So they're both positive. Right, up are both positive. Okay. Complete the sentence. The y coordinate tells you the position of a point on the coordinate plane, the vertical. So y vertical just means the up, down, or the low, high. All right, that's how it runs. On the coordinate plane, the x-axis and the y-axis, or the x line and the y line, are dashed to each other, are perpendicular. Perpendicular means, what is the meaning of perpendicular again? Now, it's about lines. If you've learned your lines, perpendicular is a word that shows that we meet at 90 degrees. So if one line is going like this, the other line is crossing like a cross. Okay, so perpendicular lines are lines that cross exactly like a cross. They make 90 degrees. And then the other lines that never meet, like these two lines, they are called parallel lines. So this is parallel lines, and this type of lines like a cross, exactly cross, or like the plus signs. These two lines are perpendicular lines. So just remember it like that. All right. So perpendicular lines. Next question. When writing the ordered pair of points on the coordinate plane, look at the x-axis to find the points dash. This is its dash. Look at the x-axis to find the points, horizontal position, horizontal, vertical, horizontal position. This is its x-coordinate. So horizontal position, x-coordinate. Look at the x-axis. So we look at that x line to find the point. If we locate that point, it will be a number. That number is called the x-coordinate. Okay, one more. On the x-coordinate plane, the dash is the first number of an ordered pair. Ooh, the x-coordinate is the first number, not the x-axis. The ordered pair means two numbers. One comes before the other. The x-coordinate is the first number. The y-coordinate is the second number. Your coordinate here just means your address, all right, or your position on that axis. All right. Let's take last question. Start at the origin, move 5 points right and 2 points up. Good. So 5 right, 2 up. So that's 5, 2. 5 right, 2 up. So that's it. Not 2 right, 5 up. No. So this is 5 right. Good. All right. Let's go to the next. What does it says? Graph the point 5, 8 on the coordinate plane. So this is our coordinate plane. Please repeat these words because we learn English. We have to learn English with this vocabulary. All right. Coordinate plane. This is like a map where we can locate the points given a pair of values. So 5 is positive, means 5 right. I go 5 right. Here, this is 4, this is 5. And then I go 8 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a point. So you see, if we go here, this is the 8. If we come straight down here, this is a 5. So that is 5, 8. And then we can submit. Of course, it's correct. Next, 1, 6. So we go right 1 point, and we go up 6 points, and we locate a point there. And we can submit. It says correct. Wonderful. 10, negative 3. Oh, 10, positive 3. Ooh. 10 right and 3 up. There's a point. And submit, of course. Wonderful. Negative 10, negative 5. So what do we say? Negative 10, it means 10 left. Negative 10, 10 left. Negative 5 means 5 down. Right? And of course, it says well done. Negative 8, 2. If you know the quadrant, you're just going to know negative, positive means the second quadrant. In this area, it will be in this area. When the first value is negative, it means it's left up. So you see left up, so it's this quadrant, right? So negative in this first place means left. So left 8 points and up 2 points. Yeah, right here, and we submit. All right, we're done with this exercise. Let's try some other exercise. Ooh, rectangle. Okay, it says, what are we shading? A rectangle at 4 points, C, D, E, F. Point C is -1, 6. So 1 left, 6 up. 1 left, 6 up. So that's a point. Next point, D, -1, 7. Whoa, so -1, 7. 7 is right here. And next point, 2, 7. Woohoo. So from here we go 2 right, 7 up. 2 right, 7 up. And the last point is 2, 6. 2 right, 6 down. So 2. So from here 1, 2 right, 6 up rather. And like this we have a rectangle. So we have plotted a rectangle. They submit. Oh, we need something. There are more questions down. So we go back. We look down. It says, what is the perimeter of rectangle CDEF? Perimeter, let's see here. How many units? 1, 2, 3 units, 4 units, 5, 6, 7 units, 8 units. So to move around, we need 8 units around. Okay, if it's centimeters, that will be 8 centimeters. So we put our 8 units here, then we can submit. It says correct. Let's take one more here. Position 3 right, 4 down. 3 right, 4 down, this point. Next, 5 left, 4 down. 5 left, 4 down. We start from here, from the origin. 5 left, 4 down. That's the point here. The next, 5 left, 4 up. Ooh. 5 left, we come to 5, 4 up, right there. And next 3 right, 4 up. So start from the origin, 3, 4, and we have this square. So that's the square. And then what is the area of the square? Now the area of the square means how many little squares do you need to fill the space inside this enclosed square, the space bounded by the square. How many small squares do we have? So each of these squares is called a square unit. Now to get it, we get this length. Since the square has the same size, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units, 8 by 8 square. So there will be 64. 8 times 8, there will be 64 little squares here. If you count 8, another 8, 16, another 8, 24, another 8, 32, another 8, 40, another 8, 48, another 8, 56, and the last 8 squares, 64 squares. So we say 64 square units. So that's that. Let's go and take it. So we calculated perimeter and area. So let's go to the next question. Which quadrant is the point J? So this is quadrant, the first quadrant, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So the point J is at quadrant 4. Is written like this using Roman numeral. This is 5 minus 1, 4. V is 5 in Roman numeral. Which point is in quadrant 1? Quadrant 1, this is a point D. This is the first quadrant. So we name it like this. We name the quadrant going this way. So we go like this to name the quadrant. All right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So this is quadrant 1. So the point D is in quadrant 1. All right. So the point D as a question, quadrant 1 in Roman numerals. Right, let's go. The point D, submit. Excellent. All right, let's take the next. Graph the image of point S, -9, 0, after a reflection over the y-axis. Now this is a y-axis here in green. This axis, this line is a y-axis, and this is a point X, and this is a mirror So it will reflect on this other side. So what's the image? So when you see yourself, you reflect. You see yourself inside the mirror. How far will you be inside the mirror? It's called your image, because it's not the real you. It's your image that you see inside the mirror. If you're close to the mirror, you see yourself the same distance into the mirror. So if you're, how many units here from this axis? This is the axis. How many units perpendicular to this axis? 9 units. So you also be 9 units inside. Your image will be 9 units inside. So that's the image of this point, and the mirror is the y-axis. Submit. It says well done. Let's take one more. Graph the image of this -9. So 9 left, 8 up, this point, after a reflection over the x-axis. Now the mirror is this x-axis. So we're going this way now, and 8 units up. So that's how high, 8 units. So it should be 8 units low. So 8 units down. So that's it. And we submit, of course. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, the point is reflected over the x-axis. What are the coordinates of the resulting image? So 2 units up, so 2 units down. 2 units up. If we have 2 units up, we'll have 2 units down. Oh, and then we have to write it down. Okay. So this point will be 0. And then here will be -2. It'll be like, so neither left nor right. So the x will not have anything. The x will be 0, and the y will be -2. Okay, so let's see. The point is -1, -6 is reflected over the x-axis. Okay, so -1, -6 is this point. So the x-axis will go here. This is 6 units down. Will be 6 units up. So that is -1, +6. So we put here -1 and +6. Okay, I hope you see how we get it. Any vertical axis reflected. Okay, so we take some more question. Okay, here is, you start at 10,1. 10 at the x, 1. This is where we start. We're starting here, 10,1. And you move up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where we land. Where do you end? 10,5. This is 10,5. So we write our 10,5 and we submit. See, awesome. Wow. Now you start at 7,2. So 7 right, 2 up. 7 right here, 2 up. So this is where we start. And now we're moving. We move right 1 unit. We move right 1 unit. So where do we land? We land at 8,2. We land at 8,2. 8,2. So those are some questions that we can do here. Okay, we start at 6,4. 6 right, 4 up. 6 right, 4 up. We move down 3 units. 1, 2, 3. And we land at 6,1. That's the last question we're going to take here. 6,1. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we delete these points. Okay. All right. Find the distance between the point 7,8 and 7,2. So between these 2 points, 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, 6 units. So the 6 units. Your unit there is because for now we don't know if it is centimeter, decimeter, meter, kilometer, or what. So we just use that. Between these 2 points, 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, 6 units, 7 units. So that's the distance. So you see, these are important things that you can do. If you don't have such a map, there is no way you can tell the distance between points. So just like we have our longitude and latitudes, we can tell distances between 2 points on Earth on the map. All right, and you should have the map like this with labels, y-axis, x-axis. In this case, we just have the first quadrant. We don't have the complete set. Now, we can use this as a map. Where is the toy store? So this is the legend, or this is the legend. The legend is just some description about this map here. Now it says this image means the toy store. This image means party supply store. This image means the train station. This image that we see here is the bakery. This image that we see here is a garbage dump. And this image here is the grocery store. Grocery store is like a small shop, department store, or convenience store where we can buy groceries. Groceries are just the things we need daily, right? Now, where is the toy store? So from here, I can indicate this picture is a toy store from the legend. And then I see the toy store starting from 0 is 2 right, 5 up, right? We get the 2 right, 5 up. So again, our coordinate plane can be used as a map. Ooh, this one has 4 quadrants. Very good. And the center is called the origin. So 3, what is at 3, 2? So 3 right, 2 up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 up. I see this image. I go to the legend. I see there's a bank. And I choose the bank. And I submit. Correct. One more question. Where is the harbor? Okay, harbor by the sea. Okay, and I don't know what the harbor, the sign for the harbor is. If I look at my legend, I see that this is the harbor. So I now go 4 right and 3 units up. So that is 4,3. 4,3. Coordinate plane is fun, super fun. I hope you're having fun in this class. Okay, now can you do this? Pause the video and see what is at 1,2. 1,2. At supply store was the right answer. Did you get it correctly? Okay, pause the video again and try it. What is at 1,5? 1,5, that is the party supply store. Party supply store 1,5, correct. Right, and last question. Look at the coordinate plane. Which point is in quadrant 2? So we see the points. These are the points. Which point is quadrant 2? Now quadrant 2, to get to quadrant 2, we start from the origin. We move left, so that is negative, and we move up, positive. So negative, positive. So which point is negative, positive? This one is positive, negative, not negative, positive. This one is negative, negative, not negative, positive. This one is positive, positive, not negative, positive. This is negative, positive. So without even looking at the numbers themselves, I just know that is what we're looking for. We try another one. Look at the coordinate plane. Which quadrant is at the point -3, -4? So how do you do this? Just say negative, negative. Okay. Now, if you start at 0, we first move along the x-axis. To move negative, we go left. The next, we move along up or down. Since it's negative, we move down. So this is called quadrant 3. And we start naming our quadrant from here going this way, right? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. This regions quadrant. So my answer is quadrant 3, -3, comma, that will fall quadrant 3. Last question. Look at the coordinate plane. What point is in quadrant 4? Quadrant 4 is this point. So I move right and down. So that is positive and negative. So which point is positive, negative, positive, negative? Submit. Correct answer. So that brings us to the end of the coordinate plane 2. We've gone through the basics about the coordinate plane. So enjoy and sign up with our Moreri Academy, online academy, and you can attend our online classes. And also please subscribe, follow us on our page, Moreri Enterprises on YouTube, and also Moreri Learning on WhatsApp. And you can also reach us on the phone, +237, that's the Cameroon extension line, 681-4465, or 681-446572, that's the number. And reach us and tell us in the comment what kind of video do you want us to do next. All right, bye-bye.